Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be reviewing a service that I use called Runcloud. Now Runcloud basically is a service that allows you to manage multiple, or depending on your package, single VPS servers that you can use to host multiple WordPress sites, mail servers, pretty much any application that you can do on a server. Now I've got I think about 5 or 6 VPS servers. Most of them are with Runcloud. But some of them aren't. And what I use Runcloud for is to run. I've got a server with MailWiz for mass email marketing. I've got a server with Motic, which is also email marketing, and I've got 2 WordPress servers and one more that I have to redeploy. Now this is the main page for Runcloud. Sorry, one second. Okay, sorry about that. This is the main screen for Runcloud. Now it is actually very easy to use. I think of myself as a between beginner and intermediate user of VPS servers. I signed up initially with Runcloud a few years ago, and I just tried it with a cheap server I had, and then I let it go after a month. But now I've been I've been a subscriber for I think maybe 6 months, and I've used it to run a few servers, and it's almost like a set and forget service. It allows you to quickly manage your servers, and it actually works quite well. It lets you know if there's any issues, it gives you performance warnings and so on. So the pricing for Runcloud, the cheapest package, the basic one, is $6.67 a month. Sorry, $8 a month, you pay monthly. Pro is $15 a month, which is what I'm on. I've got unlimited servers. And business is $45 a month. I was considering business because they've got WordPress Canvas, which is where you can set up WordPress as you like with the plugins and themes and so on, and use that as a starting canvas for launching more. But I thought just for that feature, maybe it's not worth it for me. So I just stuck with the Pro plan. But if you pay annually, it works out $12.50 for the Pro, $6.67 for basic, and $37.50 for business. Let me see, do they mention all the features here? Okay, so it's basically server management. You can sort out backups, atomic deployment. I'll be honest, I don't know what that is. And team. Yeah, they've grown quite a lot since I last used them. Instantaneous deployment. Sorry, one second. Let me see. There's a lot of stuff here, but basically for me, it was just about so I could set up my mail servers quickly and manage them, and also set up my WordPress servers. So some of these IPs will be blurred, but as you can see, I've got one VPS with Desi VPS, so quite cheap. It's quite a decent server actually. Let me check the spec on it. 3 core, okay, it's not that good. 3 core, 3 gig. I think it's hosted in LA, if I'm not wrong. And on this one, I've got MailWiz installed. MailWiz, there's a link below. MailWiz is a brilliant email marketing application. You can actually send. I remember one guy I know. He had, I think, 1.5 million, emails. So subscribers, not well. Don't say subscribers. I think it's mostly cold email marketing, but it's brilliant for cold email marketing. It's got like little tools in it to divert openers and divert link clickers and so on. I think at the moment it's about $47. We can go up to $67. But if you are serious about email marketing, you can get a cheap VPS via. I've got a link below for RackNerd. I think $25–30. You get a good, reliable VPS with clean IPs. You can use that to slowly build up the reputation of the IP. Sorry, and that's per year, it's not per month. And then you can send out mass cold email marketing, but that's off topic anyway. But there's a link below anyway. So yeah, Desi VPS, I've got one. Sorry, let me show you that control panel again. So, oh, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. Let me just go back. So yeah, I've got one web application, one database, and I've got 7 cron jobs set up. So it shows you all the basic information here. Shows disk usage, uptime, which is quite a lot. And yes, it's working fine, and I'm using it for my cold email marketing. This other server is a Racknet server, 2.5 gig RAM, and that's also 3 core. I think this one cost me about $30, maybe $35 for 12 months. And Racknet is where I host a lot of my VPS because they're reliable, they're fast, they've always got good special offers, and yeah, they're high spec servers. But let's fly. Excuse me. Okay, let me go back. Okay, this is my bigger Racknet server. I use this for Mautic email marketing. I think it's 4 CPU. Yes, 4 core CPU, 6 gig of RAM. And I use this one for my Mautic email marketing server. And the last one, I don't even know what I use this for. Let me see. Okay, it's one of my private servers for my personal domains. Okay, so basically this is your server control panel. You can quickly connect a new server. Now you can buy straight from the Runcloud control panel. Oh, they've added some more. Okay, I don't think Lightsail was here before, and I don't think Azure was here before. But anyway, let me just, for example, pick Linode. So you can build a server. Oh, okay, sorry. This is a little bit different. I was thinking about Cloudways. I don't think you can't buy from Nook, and you need to enter your API keys. Okay, fine. Excuse me. But because my servers are from small providers, I just click on others and do connect via IP address. I give the server a name, which is normally the same name that I've got in my control panel where my server is hosted, and the IP address. And then you click on add server. Then you've got the option to run a. They'll give you 4 or 5 lines of code to copy and run on the server. So you log into your server via root using what's this software called? I use one called Bitvise. Oh, I forgot what the other one's called. It's not Telnet. One second, let me look it up. Okay, I found it. I don't know how I didn't know this, but I forgot it. But it's Putty. Putty is the most common one. But the one that I use is called Bitvise. Now I saw this in someone else's video. It's the reason I use this one is because you can have multiple profiles, and I find it a little bit easier to use, and it's got built-in FTP, so you don't need a separate FTP client. Even though I don't use it that much, but I just prefer Bitvise. But anyway, you can run the few lines of code on your server, and that will go and fetch all the required software to link your server to Runcloud, and then from there on, you hardly ever need to. I think only very rarely you need to log into your server again. You do everything with Runcloud. The only time I needed to was to add a PHP extension. I think it was iMagic or something, or ImageMagick, and I found the manual code in the Runcloud technical support pages. And one thing I will say is that Runcloud, they did have a bad reputation for technical support, but since I've been with them, they've been amazing. I mean, I think I've got replies within minutes, maybe maybe hours. But even some of my most basic beginner questions, they spent time to answer them, make sure that I got everything working, and then they closed it. So I'm very impressed, and they've got a very good Facebook group where they update you on what's coming up and so on. Let me go back to server. So yeah, basically it's that you run the code and then you're ready to go. And then let me install a new web application. Let me put on this one. So I'll just show you how to quickly install a WordPress site, because that's what I use most of my servers for. So you basically go to create web app. You can do a custom web application. That's what I use to install Mailwiz and Mautic. One-click PHP my admin, and also one-click WordPress. So click on this one. You give your web application a name. Normally it's best practice to give it the name of the site. So I think the demo site I'm using is backpain.monster. Backpain.monster. Now you can use a test domain, or you can use your actual real domain. So I'll use my actual real domain. So what it tells you here is that to use the domain and point it to the server, you need to set an A record. And oh, sorry, my phone's ringing. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So like I was saying, yeah, you just need to point your set your A record to the URL and enter the IP address of the server. So let me show you an example. This is my name silo account. So in name silo, you just click on the domain itself. And you click on DNS records. And from here, I've entered it already, but then you just delete the records that are in there. And if they're A records, and you enter a new A record, and you set the location, the address, and save. Now, this normally takes a little while to propagate. I did mine about 10-15 minutes ago. Let me just check if it's done. No, it's still not updated. So they say up to 48 hours. I know with name silo for some reason it's supposed to be a bit slower. But anyway, so, let me set up this site. So web application owner is for safety of your site, just in case it gets compromised. You should set up a new username and password, but I'm just going to use my standard admin password. You can choose your PHP version. I always use PHP 7.4. And the stack, now this is where I wasn't sure, because normally all of my normal accounts are on Apache with cPanel. But I was reading that Nginx is actually faster and it's a lot better for performance and processing and so on. So to be honest, I don't know. I'm not a speeding. I don't know it's a difference that much, but I've had no issues with it. And it's just standard. So your normal WordPress username, password. Let's go back page. So admin is admin, password. Okay. Admin email. Admin at monster. As I was saying before, with the business plan, you get to choose a canvas. So you can preset a certain canvas for a business site, for a portfolio site, and so on, and then automatically install all of those. Have the WordPress set up exactly like that. But it's not a big deal. The database is, I think it automatically sets it up. So yes, you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so I've done everything. Okay, now we'll do add web application. So it takes a few seconds. Let's see how long it takes. Oh, okay, I forgot. You have to put underscore. Okay, and now let's try again. Okay, and it's done. So this is the actual root path of the site on the server, and that's the public path. And so that is basically it. For WordPress, they've got some settings here. So to be honest, I don't really mess with these settings that much. I do everything within WordPress. So let's just see what they've got on offer. Okay, I think it's because it hasn't propagated yet. I should have done a test domain. Can I? Okay, I can't mess back with that either. Okay, something's gone a bit wrong here. Okay, let me see what's going on. This one and web application. Something's happened there. I'll have to find out what happened there. I'm not sure. I've never seen that before. Let me go back to servers. That's fine. Here you go, back here. I'm gonna have a quick check and I'll resume the video shortly. Okay, to be honest, I'm not sure what happened there. It didn't create the web application, and I've never seen that before, so I'm not sure. But we're just checking on the DNS propagation. It's getting there. So it's live on some servers. Let me try one more time. Maybe this one I'll use the test domain. So backpain underscore test. I'll use test domain. Okay, existing user. Backpain. Oops, can't spell. Admin. Okay, admin. Canvas, blah blah blah. Okay, and add. Oh, goodness sake. Now let's see. There we go. Okay. Okay, we don't need that. I did. Okay, blah blah blah. Let's go to general settings now. Let's see what's here. Okay, that's fine. We don't need to mess about with that. Staging I've never used, but I know they were hyping up. I think back in July, maybe June, maybe longer. I don't know. Okay, I don't use that. Runcloud Hub is this is their caching service, and they really made some improvements. I haven't used it personally too much yet. I did it on one test domain, but I haven't really followed up with it because my sites aren't that big. Not I've got CDN for my sites anyway. But yeah, Runcloud Hub, I saw in the Facebook group people saying that it's actually really good. It works really well. It's easy to set up. There were some issues with WooCommerce, but I think they resolved it and they give you some code and some exceptions. But let me go back to the summary. I don't think the site. Oh, sorry, I'm not using that site anymore. Let me just click on this one now. So this is our WordPress site. Let me click on. Let me enter story wp-admin. Admin. Top secret password. Oh god. It really is top secret. Okay. So there you go. And you actually see even though it's a fresh site, it's very quick. So let me quickly. 1 second. Oops. Okay, let me just quickly install something. Let me say WooCommerce. If you use WooCommerce, a VPN is highly recommended because you're using your own resources and you're not sharing. And WooCommerce is very demanding. Even I've got a medium hosted server. A shared hosting server, which is like medium level. I've noticed it's quite sluggish. It's running WooCommerce, and I'm not really looking forward to paying double the money just for slightly faster. So I'm going to move that one to one of my VPS servers. So it's very quick installs, and yeah, there's not much point in showing you all this, but you know how WordPress works anyway, so I'm not going to show all this. But basically, that was my error-prone Runcloud review. I'm just showing you WordPress because that is the most common application that I found. Even looking at the Facebook group, a lot of people do talk about WordPress. There are some people that are on the next level where they use it for proper processing and I don't know, all sorts of load management. I don't know what that stuff is, so I don't get involved with that. But for me, as a beginner stroke intermediate VPS user, I tried a few server control panels, and the free ones, the paid ones, and Runcloud was easy to use, easy to set up, and their support was fantastic. The Facebook group is really good. They've got good knowledge base, and overall, yeah, I think it's a really great tool to use. Anything else I can show you quickly? Security. Okay, yeah, they've got this set up automatically when they ban IPs. Excuse me. Okay, let's see this. Okay, so this way you can disable or enable services. So I know with my host, they didn't allow me to use Redis cache. They said it was for security and for resource usage. But I know this is quite popular at the moment. A lot of people are making videos about this for WordPress, that it really speeds up WordPress. So you can quickly start this service. Yeah, I mean, these are the essentials that we've got installed. Notification, if you think you're going to have any issues, if you've got intensive sites, you can set up notifications where it will email you. And it's also got login notifications. Okay, Cron Jobs are pretty straightforward, similar to cPanel, very straightforward. Let me see, there's nothing else much that I can really show you here. Okay, let me talk about backup. I haven't actually set up backup because I use plugins within WordPress that back up to my Google Drive. But you get 30 gig included. How much does more space cost? So 0.7 cents a day for 60 gig. So if you've got really important, highly sensitive data or important data, and you don't have a backup solution already, it is worth investing in their backup. Now, I was reading a few months ago, but I didn't implement it myself. There are some guides to how to use other services such as Amazon, I think Backblaze, and some other ones. There are some scripts, but it's a bit too. It's over my head. It's a bit too complicated for me. Because I've got mostly WordPress sites, I'll just be using the WordPress backup option and upgrading to Google Drive, Dropbox, and so on. But that's another great option. Okay, I don't need to do that. So basically, that is Runcloud. So if you're like me, you're just not very experienced with Linux and all the various codes and things. This is a good option to just start off your process, and you can actually learn a little bit about the code if you want to. And you can also launch some very fast WordPress websites with your own resources that you can manage. You can run email servers and pretty much anything you can do on a VPS. There are some limitations for WordPress. Only they do recommend using Nginx because it's a lot faster. And there are some things that they don't allow you to run, but you'd have to go through all their support documents and just check on that, because a lot of it I don't use. But this is my very elongated review. It's supposed to be a 5 or 10 minute review. I will make another quick video just go over the WordPress website adding process again, because this one was a bit of a fail. And I'll see you in the next review. The link for this is below. It's an affiliate link, so I'll be very appreciative if you did click on it and purchase by one of my links. And also, if you are looking for very cheap but reliable, high quality VPS hosting, click on my link below for Racknerd. Their servers are based in LA. I think it's just LA at the moment. But I'm based in the UK. I've got no issues with their servers. Their support is really good. They've got very high level servers and very expensive servers. But they also do have special offers for cheap servers. I use VPS servers. And I don't think you'll find anywhere where you get like a 3 or 4 CPU server with 3 to 4 gig of RAM for $30-40 per year. For something like that, I know you're paying normally $40 a month. So it's actually worth it. So anyway, click on the links below and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.